Good afternoon and a warm welcome to Cheongna City, about 30 kilometers west of Seoul and only 10 kilometers outside of downtown Incheon, our home for the week at Bears Best for the final round of the Hana Financial Group Championship. It's the coolest day that we've had all week long. Touch of rain in the air earlier on this morning. It's overcast and a cool 23 degrees right now. And it's just a little bit gusty, but the course is soft and prime for scoring. We're set for a real Sunday showdown between Kim Soo-ji and Hong Jung-min. Jung-min looking for a wire-to-wire victory. Soo-ji looking to go back-to-back for the first time this season. Timothy Lowe here. So glad you could join us for Sunday action. That is what your leaderboard looks like. Hong Jung-min took a two-shot lead into the final round, but that's flip-flop. Soo-ji with a couple of early birdies and Jung-min slipping back, yet to put a red number on her scorecard this final day. It's now Soo-ji who's up by 2. Brilliant run of form from Kim Soo-ji. Started the day with 3 birdies in her first 4 holes before probably dropping a shot at 5. It's been all pars since, with a couple of Jung-min bogeys. Soo-ji's advantage now 2 as she approaches the easiest hole on the golf course this week. Par 5-9. Third shot now for Soo-ji. Just 101 left. Pins in that upper back left section. Preferred lies in play for the 4th day in a row. And, well, doesn't get a whole lot of grab on that. That's okay for Soo-ji. Winner last week at Serenity Country Club for her 3rd KLPGA Tour title. This is the lady she pipped to the finish line just 7 days ago. Lee A1, the rookie sensation. Runaway leader at the top of the rookie points list. It's not a 5-iron. I can tell you that's a driver in hand at the par 4 10th. This one leaking just a fraction right for Ye1. Went out in 2 under par 34 despite an early drop shot. Just to save it at the bottom of the swing. She is just 4 shots back at the moment. Still doesn't start till the back 9 on Sunday, as the old adage goes. Yu Seo-yeon not playing a very good 3rd shot to her final hole of the day, but enjoying a nice week at 6 under par. Now, Jung-min seemed to have all the answers through the first 54 holes, but someone's changed the question. She's looked a little tentative, a little nervous this Sunday afternoon. 3rd shot now to 9. It's a good one. Just try to settle down. And that'll do nicely. Just a little bit of release there. Oh, quite unlucky, actually. Pitched on that down slope, and, well, she's going to have the longest of the 3 birdie putts. Choi Min Kyung, the 3rd and final player in this last group as we go back to 18. This for a par for you. Right now just inside the top 20, and she's going to fall out of that with a drop shot. It's been such a good day for her. 71, 72, 71 to start the week, but she's 4 under for the day. Pop that one in for a round in the 60s. There's our final 3 players. Just do a little bit of green repair work. Always fix your pitch marks, folks. It's nothing more frustrating for a greenkeeper than having little dents in the greens. All 3 players know what they must do. Soo-ji, well, she's hanging tough. Jung-min sliding backwards. As much as we hate this term in golf, you feel it's a bit of a match play situation, and you feel match play might be the strength of Jung-min, who did win the Doosan Match Play Championship for a maiden title in the KLPGA Tour earlier this season. Soo-ji, now a 3-time winner. She'll head to Blue Heron next week to defend her Height Jinro Championship, the 5th and final major of the KLPGA Tour season. Back to 18, and Seo Yeon to end her week at 5 under par, which right now sits in a tie for 23rd. Okay, safely in the bottom. Tidy stuff for Yu Seo Yeon. Ye-won to attack here on 10. Pins tucked just over that bunker on the left-hand side. 7 from the left edge. Just a bit heavier air in this final round, so the ball not quite flying quite as far, and that's a sensible shot for Ye-won. She's going to need a spectacular back nine and some help from Suji if she wants to get that maiden title this week. Back to 9 and Hong Jung-min. Get on the board with the first birdie of the day. It's an outside look here at the par 5. Oh, that one's a bit racy. Not really the length of comebacker you want to see if you're Hong Jung-min. Never easy sleeping on a lead. Takes a lot out of you. Emotionally, physically. Advantage was evaporated and it now faces a deficit against Suji. Now to one of the invitees this week, Jaravi Bunchant of Thailand. Little par outward half of 36. Did just make a nice birdie at the 9th to balance the books for the day. 153 left for the Thai, who hasn't been shy in attacking some of these tuck flag sticks this week. Not on this occasion. Safely on the dance floor for the Duke graduate. Applies her trade on the Epson Tour, the feeder tour in America to the LPGA Tour. Suji, as we've mentioned throughout the year, has turned into a real star on the Korean circuit. Got her maiden title last season at the KGE Daily Ladies Open. Followed it up with a first major championship at Blue Heron about 6 weeks later. She's always a factor come the weekend. Was to take a 3-shot lead into the back 9. We got a lucky learn off the putt of Hong Jung-min. So just a fraction of movement to her left. Good effort. Shaves the right edge. She'll have that for an upward half of 34. She's been in the final group a couple of times this year, Suji. The KLPGA Championship at Ildong Lakes, a disappointing final round that week. Finishing just inside the top 10 when Kim Ae-lim won, was bested in a playoff against Jung-mi in defense of her title at Sunning Point. And that was a topsy-turvy back 9, lead changing hands so many times. Took an extra hole to decide things. And for Jung-min, her best stroke play finish, in fact a runner-up at the UK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational to Kim Hyo-ju last season. Hugely important putt. They're all important at this stage of the championship. Stay 2 back. That looked nervy. You just see lost acceleration through the impact area. And sloppy bogey on 8, a 3-putt bogey on 9. Hong Jung-min looks so solid throughout the week. I mean, just watch this putter just kind of waves at it. Not good when you're hoping they drop. She was expecting them to drop through the first 3 days and pretty much canned everything. So she'll trot to the 10th tee, facing a 3-shot deficit against this lady, who's only dropped 2 shots all week long. And a 48-hole stretch without dropping a shot between her bogey on the 10th hole Thursday afternoon and her bogey at the 5th earlier today. She was 16 under par in that run. A 3-shot spread for Kim Soo-ji with 9 holes to play at this year's Hana Financial Group Championship. Sprint to the 10th tee. Up to the 10th green is where we find Jaravi Bunchant with a lengthy putt up the slope, moving to her right for a birdie. Well, we've seen pretty good pace from Jaravi throughout the course of this championship. That's an excellent lag putt for the tie. 3 top 10s in America on the Epson Tour this year for Bunchant. Once again playing as a sponsor's invite this week in Korea. So as the final 3-ball make their way to the turn, let's take you through the first challenge they'll encounter, the 356-meter par 4 10. One of the top 5 hardest holes at Bears Best over the course of the last couple of days. Just because that fairway does pinch in quite significantly the further up you go. Imperative to be playing your second shot from the short stuff if you want to attack this big 2-tiered green. The pin today cut on that slightly higher level, 24 from the front and just 7 from the left. Anything pin high right, that's good enough. Give yourself a decent chance of birdie. Certainly do not want to be in that bunker short. The task is clear here. Huge money up for grabs this week at the $1.5 billion prize purse Hana Financial Group Championship. 270 million Korean won up top for the champion. 165 million for solo second. But with that really poor front 9, Jungmin now only has a 1-shot cushion over Han Jin-seon, who's on the 13th hole, and Lee Ye-won, who's in the group in front of her. Here is Ye-won with a chance to join Jungmin in second. Although that one needs to settle down, surely. Good run. Greens have slowed up a bit. And I mentioned a bit of rain overnight in the early mornings. Of course, very soft underfoot. Maintenance crew and the green staff here at Bears Best have done an excellent job in presenting the course in immaculate condition for 108 of the finest from the KLPGA Tour and around the world. We lost the 2 highest ranked players in the field coming into this week to the halfway cut. Kim Hyo-joo, world number 9, and Minji Lee, runner-up last year, world number 4, reigning U.S. Women's Open champion. Both unable to make the weekend cut, fell at even par at the conclusion of play Friday. 64 players, including an amateur, continuing their journeys here in Cheongna. But this is the woman who sits at the summit of the leaderboard as she takes to the back 9. 9 holes away from a 4th KLPGA Tour title. Has to be the favorite right now. Soo-ji on the tee here at 10. Hold that club face open, maybe just turning it over a fraction, and oh, it's more than a fraction. It's a relatively wide miss for Soo-ji. Two-shot cushion over a struggling Hong Jung-min. What drama will unfold over the next 2 hours or so on this back 9. Ye-won She's done all week. Driver on the narrow 11th. There's a penalty area up the right-hand side. Ooh, and that's just going to grab a piece of the first cut. No problems for Ye1, but the pin's cut on the right half of the green today, so maybe not the best angle for the 19-year-old. Good crowds as always Sunday afternoon on the KLPJ Tour, particularly for a championship of this magnitude. Jungmin, can she conjure on the inward half after a really disappointing front nine of 39? One foot in front of the other. Keep hitting good shots. Keep giving yourself chances. That's what she's got to do. She's off to a solid start there with a fairway found at 10. Both Suji and Jungmin have played this back nine 8 under par for the week. Lovely inward half of 32 yesterday. Suji going one better with a 31, which included a run of 5 straight birdies towards the end of her round. And the breeze is starting to pick up. But what I can tell you with utmost certainty is it's Kim Soo-ji's championship to lose. The 25-year-old, 3 clear of overnight leader Hong Jung-min as they set off on the back nine this Sunday afternoon at Bears Best. with an opportunity here to apply some pressure to Kim Soo-ji, who's in the fairway bunker on 10. 46 left for Jung-min. And just gonna roll off the back edge. Not bad. Not a terrible spot to leave it for Jung-min. Head at the par 4 11th. You see the pin there, just 6 from the right edge. As Ye-won gets ready to the first cut of rough ball, sitting up nicely with a cushion of air under it. Got that leading edge digging in for Ye-won, just a fraction heavy. She's left it a little awkward as the teenager. Jin Seon to continue a run up the leaderboard. Not to beat. 3 straight pars to start her back 9. After picking up 4 shots on the outward half to leave her in a share of 3rd with Ye-won. See a big nest of bunkers all the way up the left-hand side of 10, catching any errant tee shots, and unfortunately it's caught the tee ball of our leader, Kim Soo-ji. If she's far enough back in that last fairway bunker, the closest one to just on the left of your screen, as you see right there, it's not too bad. But she's right up against one of these rough tongues of the bunker. I'm not sure she'll be able to get to the green. And, ooh, unfortunately, it seems to be the case. With a 3-shot lead, nothing crazy here. Just pop it back into position. Try and get up and down for par. If you don't, it's all right. Still got the lead by 2. Looking out to the right here, Soo-ji. Got that a touch heavy. Is it going to get to the fairway? No, it's not. Ooh. What thickening here at the start of the back 9. It's never easy to win one of these KLPGA Tour championships. Anyone in the field will tell you that. Still out of position, Soo-ji. Perhaps hope to the chasing pack. Jaravi Bunchan out of the rough as well on 11, but a slightly better angle than Ye-won's. Carry this about 5 paces onto the front, have it go tumbling towards the hole, and ooh, steady. A couple of fiddly chips left for Bunchant and Lee. They set off in pursuit of Kim Soo-ji's target of 15 under par. Soo-ji still has her issues on 10. It's a nice full yardage left though, an even ton. See what she's got to contend with, coming straight over that greenside bunker. And the line didn't look great. We saw that ball just kind of bury itself into the secondary cut of rough. What you certainly don't want to do here is dump it in that bunker, because it will plug. We have seen a couple of buried balls today, so look out long right, Soo-ji. Sensible play. Just try to limit the damage here. You drop just 1, yeah, it's no problem. Now, Patty Tavatanakit, like Bunchant, one of the invites this week, but struggling today. 3 over the card. Had a walk-off eagle en route to 71 on Thursday this very hole. Can lightning strike twice for the former Chevron champion? It can't, but it's a nice shot into the green for a player who has struggled this season. Lots of miscuts. 66 to make the cut on the number at the Scottish Open. Was in tears in her post-round interview after that. Just illustrates, you know, it's tough even for the best of them. 2012 LPGA Tour Rookie of the Year. Hopefully a sign of things to come, of better things to come, I should say, for Tavatanakit. Now, Jung-min. Straightforward little up and down here. Expect to get this one up and down 8 out of 10 times, but that one sounded like it came out very soft off the club face. And wow, Jong-min. Use that to avoid 3 straight drop shots. So I'll just come a little unstuck for the 20-year-old sophomore on the KLPGA. A1. Ball sitting up okay. It's just on the top of a little shelf, so try to fire one into the base of that slope and have it release uphill. Just a fraction more would have been preferred for Lee A1. I suppose the good news for Suji is the closest pursuers really aren't putting any pressure on her, especially after this mistake on the 10th. Long look at par. Jong-min still with work to do. If somehow she cans this one, it's going to be such a body blow for Hong. Right to left in this. Can be aggressive, putting slightly back uphill. Good effort. A second drop shot of the afternoon, a third bogey of the week. It's going to take her back to 14 under par. And for the moment, the lead reduced to 2. Bunchan. Short shot still requires lots of acceleration, and she's played that well. The amateurs struggle with that kind of shot around the greens. It's only a short swing, but coming out of that rough, you have to keep that club accelerating into the ball, or you're just going to lose it off the top of the face like Hong Jung-min did back at 10. So a nice up and down for Bunchan. Keeps her in a share of 6th at 9 under. Huge moments for Jong-min. Really hasn't had the stress-free pars that she was enjoying over the first 3 days here on Sunday. Anyone will tell you it's a different kettle of fish in the final round. Just a little bit of tension. This would settle her down, though. Just inside right edge, maybe just right lip. It looked like a more positive stroke, and the fist pump tells you the story. She's gained a shot with her par on 10. Maybe that's just a little belief starting to run through the veins of Hong Jung-min. 8 holes to play. Deficit now just 2. Paddy Tavatanakit to end the week on a high note. Just a little high. That for a disappointing closing 75 for Tavatanakit. Chevron Championship victory in 2021. Still her lone title as a professional. For the second time this year, Bears Best hosting the KLPGA Tour. And for the second time this year, Kim Soo-ji in the final group, but it's a role reversal from the Lotte Championship. She was just nicked by Jang Soo-yeon. It's Soo-ji who now leads on the back nine Sunday afternoon here at the Hana Financial Group Championship. Well, if you're just joining us, let's show you what's already transpired today. Han Jin-seon had a very disappointing back nine yesterday afternoon, but got off to a pretty good start. Par at the first, that was for birdie at the second. Han Jin-seon to 8 under par, and then, well, Lee So-mi, another player who was just kind of treading water this week, opening her account at the par 5 fourth. And a nice birdie, just getting her on the fringes of the top 10. 72 on Saturday for So-mi. Left her with, well, a bit too much work to do, you have to say, but she was going to put up a brave effort. Fine tee shot into the par 3 fifth, and a positive putt rattling into the back of the cup and straight into the bottom for back-to-back birdies for the 5-time KLPGA Tour winner. Han Jin-seon, a couple of groups back, would continue to steadily climb the leaderboard. Beautiful little sawed-off wedge. Snuggling that one close to about 3 feet. Second birdie of the round for Han Jin-seon. And Kim Soo-ji, well, she started the day 2 shots back. She'd waste no time in trimming that lead to just 1. He knew it. 4 feet out. That trademark left-hand fist bump tells the story. Soo-ji signaled her intent early. Jin-seon's steady march up the leaderboard continued here. Birdie this hole on Thursday and Friday. She'd repeat the feat on Sunday. A 7-iron to about 8 feet, 7 feet, 6 feet, 4 feet to a tap-in for Han Jin-seon to get to 10 under par. Broke through for her maiden KLPGA Tour title a couple months ago at High One Resorts. And you thought after that rather disappointing 73 Saturday, maybe her race run, giving herself a chance. Ye-won, much expected of the 19-year-old rookie, coming into this week, runner-up last week, bogey at the second, quickly erased with a curling birdie, but finding its target at the par 5 fourth. Well, Soo-ji doesn't like being out of the lead, but wire to wire last week. And that birdie moves her level with overnight leader Hong Jung-min at the par 4 third. And at the fourth, par 5. Holes on the Australasia 9 here at Bears Best, 27-hole property. Soo-ji, some deft wedge control, setting herself up for birdie. Hong Jung-min opened with 3 straight pars, and that was her 4th shot. Chipping straight downhill. And there were problems for Hong Jung-min, who's averaged a bogey a day over the first 3 rounds. And that would be a first drop shot of Sunday, and for the first time since Thursday afternoon, Hong Jung-min would tumble out of the lead because Kim Soo-ji, a birdie here, 3 under in her first 4, a 2-shot swing. So he'll open up a 2-shot lead, but then at the 5th, Lee Ye-won in the group ahead, just coming off a birdie of her own at the par 5 fourth. Tough putt up and over that rise, and straight into the bottom of the cup. Han Jin-seon to make the turn. Find another birdie at the easiest hole in the golf course, why not? Another excellent wedge shot for Han Jin-seon. And another putt confidently rolled into the middle. Went out in 32 shots. Got her up to 11 under par. But at the 5th, there were some problems for Kim Soo-ji. Hadn't dropped a shot since the 10th hole on Thursday to that point. And, second bogey of the week. She would fall back to just 1 clear. And at 7, the putter was under pressure again. This time, it was up to the task. A terrific par save for Soo-ji. Saw her stay at sole possession of the lead. Han Jin-seon continue to can important putts. That was for par to start her back nine at the 10th. Lee Won at the 9th. Brilliant. Simply brilliant from the talented teenager. Birdie 4 at the par 5. So her join Jin-seon at 11 under par. Birdie 4 outward half for Ye-won. Hong Jung-min, well, there were problems here on 8. Bunkered into really no green to work with. Did about as good as she could. And that one trundled outside Suji's marker. Kim Soo-ji was just off the back left edge. You saw her marker on the green a little bit earlier on. Yeah. The putter was going to be tested for Soo-ji once again. Made a great putt back at 7, but first Jung-min. This one just never had a chance. Low side all the way. Sign of tension. Can't release that putter face, so she would drop a shot there. Soo-ji with a par. Gain some ground. 2-shot lead as we played the par 5 9th. Jung-min had about a 25-footer for birdie. It past the pin. And she gave it a run. It really was too much to ask for Kim Soo-ji's putter to bail her out again. This one from about 20 feet. Drop shot. Slipped her back to 14 under par. Jung-min hit the fairway. Just went through the green with her second shot. Clumsy little chip, but canned a really nice par saver to gain a shot on Soo-ji. But it's Soo-ji still with a 2-shot cushion. 8 to go here in the final round at Bears Best in Cheongna. Of the exploits of the top two on the leaderboard as they play the par 4 11th, the penalty area all the way up the right hand side, which must be avoided. Absolutely imperative to be playing out of the short stuff here to a right hole location that's just cut at the top of a little step. Want to get maximum control with your iron shots. Jung-min, the pursuer, first to play. She should set up well for her little cut. Start this in the middle of the green and let it feed back to this pin position. That's a bold shot. Well played up on the top deck. Not really in tight for Jung-min. Patty to end her week at even par. Disappointing 75 on Sunday for Tavatanakit. Couple of double bogeys at 2 and 16, really doing their damage. But a nice week for the Thai, finishing in a share of 43rd. Doors left slightly ajar for Soo-ji, who's added a couple more shots to her game over the course of this season. Used to be primarily a right to left ball flight player, but can cut it. See her trying to cut one into this flag, though. I think pin high left will do. Oh. Well, she's clearly swinging with confidence because that's gone straight at it. I mean, she's so tough to catch when she's at the top of a leaderboard. She's a great front runner, not afraid to try to stretch that lead. She hardly ever goes into protection mode. Have another look at this. Touch of left to right, and that never left the flagstick. Carried it up on the top level. Kim Soo-ji, she's thrown down the gauntlet. She's not going to come back. Jung-min's going to have to catch her. Hyun Kyung having a much better day this afternoon for a birdie at her final hole of the championship at the par 5 9th. Yeah, well done, Park Hyun Kyung. Only player on the KLPGA Tour to have a perfect made cut streak. She'll sign the scribble her name next to her 67 to end her week at 7 under par. Hasn't missed a cut this year. Best finish, a playoff loss just a couple of weeks ago. Now Bunchant hit at 12. Gonna require some good touch here. Once again, putting up and over this little slope. Once again, terrific speed control from Jaravi Bunchant. One of a host of international invitees this week. We had representatives from Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, New Zealand, and Thailand. Bunchant going along with the best of the bunch. Bunchant will have to contend with that little rise. She's almost got to skirt it sort of along the top of the ridge line. It's going to want to fall right in the first two-thirds of the putt, and then I think it's just going to want to peel back to the left as it approaches the hole. All about speed, this one. Gave that a very good run. Testy little comebacker required for Yewan to save a par and stay in a share of third. Hong Jung-min just left to righter, birdie at 11. Suji already in close. You can see her marker there. Oh, and that's two great putts hold in a row for Hong Jung-min. Now gets within one of Suji. There's a smile plastered on her face, there's a pep in her step. Let's watch the reaction here. Oh, yes. He might have a ball game. She thrives on match play situations. Bested Lee Ye-won in the finals at the Doosan match play this year. Perhaps she's feeding off a bit of that right now, although you don't see Kim Soo-ji slipping up from this range. Again, did miss a tiddler back on 5 from a little bit shorter than this. And not electing to leave the flagstick in as she so often does. This range, I reckon just inside the hole, nice and firm. That's a great response to Jung-min's birdie. Matches with a 3 of her own. Suji still leads by 2. Up on 12, Ye-won. Don't want to be giving up shots on the back 9. Outside left edge slider. Beautifully holed. Ye-won, 4 shots to make up. Half a dozen holes to play. Bunchant running in a share of 7th right now, which pays out about 35 million won, 30,000 US dollars. Oh, we saw that on 17 yesterday. Just a poor 3-putt from Jaravi Bunchant. That's going to be expensive for the tie, who now drops over par for this final round. Jung-min with the honor on the 12th tee. She continue to apply the pressure to Kim Soo-ji. looking a bit freer by the looks of that whack. Yeah. Pressure applied as far as tee shots go. That little tugged tee shot back on 10 being the mind of Kim Soo-ji here at 12. Bit of a double-edged sword. She does seem to go at everything 110%. You're matching it up well. That's a great asset to have. But when things get a bit squirrely with the driver, not so much. On the left-hand side must be avoided off the tee. There wasn't any let-up in that swing. Driver's back under control for Soo-ji, who certainly has plenty of speed. He'll be playing first in this 12th green. Up ahead, Han Jin-seon at the 15th. 5 pars in a row to start her back 9, but she's birdied both par 5 so far today with some nice wedge work. That's well played into the back right pin. 15, just looking to post a number, Jin-seon. All she can do at this point. Oh Ji-hyun. Second shot to the final hole. 7-time KLPGA Tour champion, former Korean Women's Open champion. Completes a hat trick of brilliant approaches into this 72nd hole. As the gallery and the final group stream down the 12th, a 2-shot cushion for Kim Soo-ji over Hong Jong-min, who's perhaps found a little pep in her step after a nice birdie at 11. Sees her back to only 2 over par for this final round. 12th hole here at Bears Best, I have to say, is the last sort of real tricky hole before you get to a great scoring section of the golf course, and then usually hang on the 18th, but the tees have been moved up today on that brutal par 4, so really just get through 12 and you can kind of go on attack mode again. The easy 13th coming up next. Suji with a 5-iron from 167. Anything just left of the TV tower would be good. Let's start at left, and it's hooking hard. Ooh. Oh no, that's going to be a very awkward stance for Kim Soo-ji. She's left the door open for Hong Jung-min again. He won on that short 13th, but well, going with driver. This is a very aggressive play. Penalty area up the right. A bit of fairway run out into another penalty area, but well, A1 thumps that one up the left-hand side. Jin Seon for another birdie ahead at 15. Well, birdied all the par 5s today has Han Jin Seon. Now moves into solo third at 12 under. Jung-min, an opportunity to put the squeeze on Soo-ji here. She can cut it into this back flag. Hasn't stuffed one close yet. She's due one. Same club in hand. Oh, this one, maybe that toe is just dragged. Turned it over a touch. Well, safely on the green for Hong Jung-min. Soo-ji in a spot of bother. Oh Ji-hyun to end the week at 7 under. Took a double bogey at the third, but it's been a bunch of birdies since, and it's one to close for Oh Ji-hyun. We'll be very pleased with her performance this week. Be very pleased with her partner's performance. Kim Si-woo at the President's Cup last week, leading point scorer for the international team. Oh Ji-hyun will end the week inside the top 15. Lovely birdie there in the company of Kim Ri-an, who's got this for a matching birdie of her own. Slightly less break in this one than Ji-hyun's, coming straight down the hill, and a nice closing birdie for Kim Ri-an. 2 under par, 70 to leave her at 6 under par. There's a little drama unfolding in the final group. What kind of stance does Kim Soo-ji have? I suppose the good news is she's got lots of room, lots of green to play with. But that ball's going to be quite a ways above the level of her feet. But where she's standing, she doesn't have to stand inside the bunker, which is good news. But she'll almost be gripping down to the shaft of the club, to the metal and the shaft of her club. Ball's above her feet, easy to catch this one, heavy. Look for her to just play this off the back foot, try and scoot a low running wedge in there, almost like a draw chip. Cool overcast conditions for this final round. Certainly the coolest it's been all week. Mentioned that rain overnight. We had a fog delay on Friday morning that pushed tee times back some 90 minutes. But thankfully, all 108 players managed to get their second rounds completed before dusk fell on what was a very long Friday afternoon. Now Soo-ji, she had a couple of looks at this. Just make out the top third of that ball. There it is. She's coming off a slight upslope, which is, I suppose, good. Again, you're trying to play a trundling little hook chip, as Tiger Woods described. Well down on this one. Carried that a lot further on than I thought she was going to. It's pretty nicely played Another one of those length putts for Kim Soo-ji. Took a little stab on the back of the ball, used that uphill lie to advantage. Wasn't the percentage play, but we'll see if it works out for the 25-year-old championship leader. Turns 26 in 2 weeks' time. And to a lady 5 years her junior, Hong Jong-min. Similar to Lee Ye-won's putt in the penultimate group. It's going to ride that ridge line, moves right, then comes back to the left. She's been a bit heavy-handed with this range this afternoon. And she's tentative on this occasion. The speed putting has been the culprit for Hong Jong-min so far on Sunday. Curious to see who's got a putt first between her and Soo-ji. Might just be Jung-min by an inch or two. Ye-won and Bunchant ahead on 13. Ye-won, 93 meters left. At the very front section of the green, see that? The arrows there indicating the lay of the land. You can't throw it a little left with some spin, try and have that feed down to the hole. Nice full gap wedge for Lee Ye-won. Needs to make something happen. Took dead aim. Just a bit of spin. Pulls that one up about 10 feet short. Electing to stick with the rain glove, such are the damp conditions that we've had on Sunday. The moisture in the end on the grips, so important to feel secure standing over these shots, particularly over water. It's a good chance here for Bunchant to recover a shot. Chance if you can do just that. Draws the string. The crowd always love a bit of backspin. Bunchant delighting them here at the 13th. So a couple of good looks at birdie for Ye-won and Bunchant coming up. Back to 12, and it is going to be Hong Jong-min first to putt. If she can draw on the couple of good confidence-building putts she holed at 10 and 11. This would just turn the screws on Kim Soo-ji a bit, give us something to think about. It's a comfortable one. Should be just on the right edge. Keep that putter flowing. Keep the acceleration going. No. It's so easy to lose the ball low, just running out of speed. And for the second time in 4 holes, a bulky putter cost Hong Jong-min a 3-putt, 4th drop shot of the day. And now slips back to 12 under. Soo-ji, still no gimme this. She has by far and away looked much more comfortable on the greens, particularly from inside 10 feet than Hong Jong-min has this Sunday. For a par. Yeah, 3-shot lead re-established for Kim Soo-ji. Extricates herself from an awkward lie with great confidence. 6 holes to play. Briskly marches to the easy section of this back 9 unscathed. So Jungmin and now Jinseon in a share of second. Yewon can join them with this birdie opportunity on the 13th. Straight up the hill, can be positive with this. Jungmin on the previous green. He's just not carrying enough speed. These greens are quite slopey, even though they do look quite flat on your television screens. Ball loses speed, it's going to take the break. So a chance missed for Yewon at the 13th. Shortest par 4 on the golf course, 309-meter 13th. You see that penalty area grabs the front edge of the green. You see a lot of players taking hybrids and 3-woods, trying to leave themselves a comfortable full yardage in for their second shot. One electing driver, but not coming away with a birdie after that aggressive play. Water hasn't really come into play on 13 for most of the field, although we did see Park Min-ji rinse one on Friday from the middle of the fairway. Today on that front section, can use the slope. The left-hand side, try and spin it down close to the hole, or just take dead aim as the likes of Yewon and Jaravi Bunchan have. It's a real scoreable section of the golf course, and Kim Soo-ji knows that. Went on a 5-in-a-row birdie run at this point about 24 hours ago. 2 up with a big stick. Perhaps that's just the softness of these greens, and these fairways, I should say. The risk of running through the fairway into the rough or the penalty area, but still, this is it's a big call to be hitting driver with a 3-shot lead. A couple of bunkers up the left-hand side, and if you do find the rough, playing with a front pin over water is unappetizing at best. A similar swing to the one she made on 10, and just out of the bunker, very near the penalty area. It's dry. That was so unnecessary from Kim Soo-ji. 3-shot lead to try and take on a driver like that. Up on the green, Bunchan. Trying to get there with some speed. That's a shame, really. 13, you feel for these players trying to heap some pressure on Soo-ji. Gone a little stale for Jaravi since we've come on air. You see, that water encroaches a little bit closer to the players on the left-hand side. Fan it out to the right. Soo-ji safe by the skin on her chinny chin. Should be playing off a downhill slope out of rough over water. This is a much more sensible play for Hong Jung-min. That 3-wood in play. Try and stick one close. Still not out of it. Done just. Hong Jung-min. Head up to Jang Soo-yeon on the 18th. Oh, that's another excellent shot. The 26-year-old, 3 times a winner on the KLPGA Tour, won the season opener this year Jeju Island, the Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open. Let's head up to the 16th and the hard-charging Han Jin-seon, who's come up a little shy on this 165-meter par 3. She's staying aggressive. She's going to have a real tester. Yet to drop a shot today, Han Jin-seon. 5 under par. Hopes to stay that way. 16th hole played as the second hardest hole in the golf course on Friday. Longest par 3 at Bears Best. Here's the other par 3 on the inward half, and Lee A1 with a 6-iron. To the front left today, just 7 from the left edge, 8 from the front. And that is a big mistake for Ye1. Can't afford to hit it in that short-sided trap. That potentially be the end of her challenge this week. Just one mistake too many for the teenager. An absolute perler yesterday to a back left hole location. Just took dead aim, started left of the flag with a little cut. Things in the front left today. Might as well give it a crack, Jaravi. She's setting up towards the right edge of the green, so perhaps just trying to put a 7-iron and flight a little draw in there. He's just picking up. Came out of that a fraction. Is going to get hung up in the wind. Okay, pin high. Not bad. The 13th. John Lin is going to be first to go here. Looks like that ball's... Oh, it's not in the first cutter off because she is lift clean and placing it. So we can get maximum spin on this one. Just give CG something to think about. It's a nice full yardage for her as well. Go time. Got to make something happen. Got to start trying to put the pressure on Suji. Got a couple of beauties from this range so far this week. Okay, not her best, but an outside chance for Hong Jung-min. Just looks a little bit steery right now. She's not trusting it. No, the last Su-yeon to creep into the top 10. Low from the start, she knew it. Well, 7 under par at the conclusion of play this week. 2 under 70 for Jang Su-yeon. Jin-seon for a par at 16. Just a fraction firm, a touch softer, that might have grabbed a piece of the hole. She's going to slip back to 11 under at best, and with only 2 holes to play, that might be all she wrote. Despite a brave final round. Now, Yoo Hae-ran had a very disappointing 76 on Saturday. Took a double bogey at this 18th hole. And despite a very nice wedge shot, is not going to find a birdie on Sunday. She leads the KLPGA Tour this season in top 10s recorded. A really poor weekend. She's well outside that. Suji. Off a downhill line. With reeds right in front of her. Could be effective. She can't get this ball up quick enough. Just look at that. Surely has to be her most lofted club. And priority number one here is just clearing those reeds, because if she hits those, she's a goner. She's going to be dropping and playing 4. Probably not really in tight, so just anything long left, anything dry would be fine, even though it's only from 67 meters. Okay, got it up quick enough. That's all right for Suji. The luxuries of having a 3-shot cushion. You don't have to take on that shot. Questionable club selection off the tee for Kim Suji. Jinseon ahead at 16 to drop 1. Oh, yikes. If you get the heebie-jeebies with the putter, do not look at that from Han Jinseon. A 3-putt from about 8 feet, a double bogey on 16. An expensive mistake for Han Jinseon, who was going along so nicely today. Bit of a mistake off the tee for Lee Ye-won. At the 14th, no green to work with. Buried in the bunker, pretty much all she could do from there. Good news if you're Hong Jong-min, who's now solo second. Ye-won will have that to not drop a shot at 14. So the par 3s can pose problems. Hit a poor shot off the tee. Now Suji still not home and hosed yet. Landing on a downhill slope. Coming out of this second cut of rough. I think this is a slightly easier shot than the one she got up and down on the previous hole. What she has to do is carry it maybe a yard past that fringe, and the slope and gravity are going to do the rest. Doesn't have to play the high shot here. And those practice swings tell me she's taking the lower road. Nicely played for Suji. Get away with it here at 13. Seasoned campaigner of the two in that final threesome. Now Bunchan at 14. Yeah, doesn't get that one to go. 1 over par for her final round. Just clinging on inside the top 10 as things stand right now. Jong-min's got to give this one a run. Can't afford to be tentative here. Right to lefter for a birdie at 13. Oh, great effort. He scared the hole. Does it result in a birdie? So stay at 12 under. Suji still with a putt to remain at 15. See there, deficit of 3 after starting the final round with a 1-shot cushion, a 2-shot cushion, excuse me. Now Ye-won for her par, up ahead at 14. What a lucky learn off Bunchan's putt. And she'll take advantage, grabs the side door and drops in a great scrambling par, sees Lee Ye-won maintain her position. Solo third. If you're wondering, it's worth about 120 million won right now. Somewhere back there's Kim Ji-young 2 on 18. Over the left rough at 7 under par and conjuring up A brilliant shot. Ji-young 2 looking to jump inside the top 10 with that. Now, Lee So-mi, second cut of rough. A wonderful day, 4 under par. Could get even better. How about those shots on the closing hole from Kim Ji-young 2 and Lee So-mi. Suji keeping rock solid on the back 9 in this range. It's the perfect putt to have. Getting back up against the hill. Don't need to give the hole away with your break. Just inside right edge. Nice and firm. You notice she's taken the flagstick out here. Confidently done. Salvages a par at 13. It was hard work, but her lead remains 3. Up to 15 and Ye-won with the big stick on the first of the 2 par 5s. The 18th, Chung Si-woo. 3 under for this back 9, 3 under for the day. Chance to finish the week in double digits under par. Like so many from past the pin on 18, that one gonna come up on the low side. It'll be a good week, top 10 finish for Si-woo. Wong Jung-min on the 14th. See that pin just in the front left of the green. Can't afford to go in that bunker, but you certainly can't afford to shy away from this pin if you're thinking about winning the title. See the tops of the trees just behind that tee, indicating the breeze is coming off the player's right. Should be able to hold a little fade into this stiffening breeze. Just a touch left for Wong Jung-min. That putt's going to have some swing in it. Looking to take it over the stream with her second shot, her layup into this par 5 15. If you do challenge, that leaves you a much shorter third shot. A log wedge, maybe a gap wedge for these girls. There's trouble left, so you just got to make sure you clear that creek, keep it up the right hand side. Like that. Good shot for Ye-won. Suji. She's got the advantage of start this at the front right quarter of the green and let it turn back to this pin. Could suit her eye nicely. It certainly fits her eye. That's excellent from Suji. Kim Ji-young too for a brilliant three from deep in the heart of the crowds on 18. Keep going, in you go. A shout of approval. A final round of 69 and Kim Ji-young ends her week in the top 10. So-mi to post the clubhouse target. Trickles that one in. A brilliant final round of 67 for Lee So-mi. Good enough for a share of third right now, but she sets the target at 11 under par in the clubhouse. Not going to be enough, you feel, but a brilliant week from the popular player. And to complete what has been a very good bit of scoring in this group, Chung Si-woo for a 69. Seven 69 on the weekend for Chung Si-woo. Top 10 finish for her at the lucrative 24th event of 2022, the $1.5 billion Hana Financial Group Championship. But for the big prize, well, that pays out 270 million Korean won. Suji sits in pole position, 3 clear of overnight leader Hong Jung-min. Lee So-mi's 67 sees her in a share of third with no further part to play in this championship. Jungmin first to go here at 14. Big swing from right to left and working its way downhill. Yeah, not bad. Certainly the best, but speed-wise, she's hit in some time from that range. The par is not going to pressure Suji, who's in 15 feet for her birdie. What must be going through the mind of Hong Jung-min right now, who's had the lead every single day coming into this week, as the breeze continues to flutter. A1, a third shot into the 15th. It's a good one. It's a real good one from Lee A1. That close to an eagle 3 for the 19-year-old. Have another look this close. Just a little bit low, grazes the left edge, but well, you should think that's going to be a birdie. Now, first look of the day at the third player in that final group, Choi Min Kyung. Yeah, it's a nice birdie for Choi. It's been a bit of a frustrating day for Choi Min Kyung. Took a double at 11, but now gets back inside the top 10 with that deuce at the 14th. Pretty long way back on the 17th. 49 meters left for Han Jin-seon. Birdied every par 5 so far on Sunday, but this is the longest of the 4, and well, that one almost jarring, but rolls through into a bit of a heavy lie in the back rough. Well, Suji stamp her authority on this championship with this birdie on 14. Ooh, steady. Well, I know she's been very good from that range, but you leave yourself too many of those putts for par back 9 Sunday. That'll age you. Does stay so aggressive as a player. You leave yourself a lot of these comebackers for par. More on that in a minute. Ji Hyun ahead at the 18th to sign off at 6 under. Why not? Kim Ji Hyun from long range at the front of the green. A level par 72 for Kim Ji Hyun to end the week inside the top 20. Suji knuckle down and pop this one in. Yeah, and she does. That's the risk of being an aggressive player. You're always looking for birdies, even though you may be up by 3. It's unnecessary at times. She's survived so far today, and well, you don't see this often. Han Jin-seon with a putter out of this rough. Should just pop up quickly and sort of release down to the hole. Oh my word. Well, that's probably more lucky than anything, because that was traveling with some heat. Not going to be the perfect 4 for 4 on the 5s today. But a par. Share of 5th with Sung Yu Jin. 1 hole to play. Look at that. I mean, if this one didn't hit the very middle of the flagstick, that could have easily rolled 8 feet past, maybe. So a good break. We'll see Han Jin-seon record a 5 there. Back to the 18th and Seo Jin. Big swing right to lefter for birdie. Sling it into the bottom of the cup. 71 on Sunday for Seo Jin. Jonghyun on the par 5 15th. It's now or never. 16's tough. 17's the longest par 5 on the golf course. I'm thinking at least 2 birdies required to have any sort of chance. Still need a little help from this lady. Barring that 10th hole, every time Suji's been in trouble off the tee, she's been able to escape unscathed. Played with fire a couple of times on this back nine. Longest of the 3 tee shots on 15. Inching ever closer towards a 4th KLPGA Tour title. Up on the green, Jaravi Bunchant to get back to level pegging on the day and inside the top 10. Bit left to right in this for Jaravi. Lovely fall for Bunchant. It's the 3rd birdie of the afternoon, but also chucked in 3 bogeys in there, including a 3-putt at 12. But a nice birdie takes her back to 9 under. First look at Jihan Sol today, who's had a bit of a struggle. Still 8 under. Inside the top 10 like Bunchant. Well, that's 2 great birdies on the 15th. Hansel balances the books for Sunday. Yes, indeed. A1. Still a little left to right sling in this. Nicely holed. 3 birdies from the penultimate group on 15. And Lee Ye-won draws level with Hong Jung-min at 12 under par. Scrapping tooth and nail, trying everything in the book to try to hunt down Kim Soo-ji. Way back down in the fairway, Hong Jung-min. Just a hybrid in hand. Clearing the stream shouldn't be a problem. Sounded a little clunky. Oh, it was clunky. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, it's dry. It's in the cabbage. Just a 4-iron for Soo-ji. Gotta keep her concentration here. There's trouble that lurks around 15. And just peeling off a touch right. No problems though. I think it was Oh Jung-min who needed to apply the pressure to Soo-ji on the back nine. It's been a reversal of roles, really. Soo-ji has looked very, very good indeed. Up to 16 and Ye-won with a 7-iron. Pins in the front today. Carry just past the front fringe. It should release. A really poor swing from Ye-won at an inopportune time. Well short of this 165-meter target. Bunchant. Some spectacular iron shots throughout the course of this championship. I imagine this would be a 7-iron as well for Bunchan, maybe even an 8. Just watch the compression she achieves here. Chases after that ball with her right side beautifully. Also coming up short. In the 16th, perhaps. A bit of breeze in the air. The players can't quite feel. Certainly looked like a good swing from Jaravi. But as it was at the top of our show, Kim Soo-ji has flipped that 2-shot overnight deficit into a 3-shot cushion. Unfortunately for Hong Jung-min, she's got the 19-year-old Lee Ae-won for company in a share of second. Lee So-mi with a lovely 67 sees the 5-time tour winner up onto the first page of the leaderboard in solo 4th at 11 under par. But it's still Soo-ji's championship to lose. Jung-min. Some of that thick rough. Won't be able to get much spin on it. Needs to land this short of the ridge, have it scamper up. She's done that. She's done that beautifully. Excellent shot from Hong Jung-min from that line. She's left herself a tricky one. Top side of the hole. Quite a bit of swing to her right. Soo-ji has been very good with these kind of shots throughout her career, particularly in the last 18 months. Generates so much spin with the speed she creates at the bottom of her swing. If she can fly it to the top level, just a hint of spin. Expect this one to be fairly close. Into the slope, kills the speed, still stays on top. Han Jin-seon at the home hole. Considerably shortened today to just 330 meters. These players able to attack for the first time this week on 18, although that one really not her best. She did Saturday afternoon, just leaking oil down the home stretch. Han Jin-seon back to 16 and Ye-won. Pitching at the top of the little ridge, about 4 feet on the green. Trying to carry it there with spin. Work to be done. Choi Min-kyung in that final group. Third shot to the 15th. And a very good one at that. So a chance to claw another shot back. 2 over on the day. Sung Yoo-jin knows what it's like to win on this layout. Did so at the Lotte Open a few months ago, and that's a lovely shot into the closing hole. Currently in a share of 5th with partner Han Jin-seon, An Sun-ju, the veteran, third player in that group. Now Bunchan. A little lower shot in there. That's worked out a lot better for Jaravi Bunchan. I think that's the shot that they had to play. Carried on the far side of that mound and just have it release on. Yewon took a high-risk approach, and as a result, it was a testy one for her par. Who's it going to be first? Suji or Jungmin? Looks like Suji. It wasn't a bad red shot by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly not her best. Still very much in the driver's seat. The late stages of the championship. I think if you had to prefer one putt or the other against Jungmin's, you take Suji's. Working up the hill, a little bit of right to left in it. So maybe a cup of break, if that. Which depends on the speed she wants to visualize this ball dropping in with. So flag stick in. How far right is she going to look here? First kind of tentative stroke we've seen from Suji. That flag really whipping, so the greens is starting to freshen again. Yewon for her part up ahead at 16. Ball outside the right, I feel. Gently down the hill. That's another really good save. Made a great up and down from a buried lie at the 14th. Salvages a 3 at the 16th. To stay at 12 under. Hong Jung-min. Huge putt. But not easy. Breaking away from her. Coming downhill. She was going to make a run after that birdie at 11, but just hasn't really materialized. Still in it. But the task is becoming improbable for the 20-year-old overnight leader. Jinseon at the last. Not going to be a birdie at the end. It was 5 under, standing on the 16th tee. Racked up a very quick double bogey, and that's all she wrote for Han Jinseon. Now Bunchan to clean up for her up and down par. Yep. Safely deposited for Jaravi Bunchan. Stays in that share of 7th place. Choi Min Kyung to move into that share of 7th. Birdie for Min Kyung. Nice bounce back into the top 10. Yeah, here is An Sun-ju. "28 titles on the Japanese tour, 7 on the Korean tour for the 35-year-old veteran who's had a very solid week. Just hasn't quite panned out on the weekend for An. So 3 holes to play and 3 shots to make up for Hong Jung-min as she makes her way to the Longest par 3 on the golf course, followed by the longest hole on the golf course. The 18th, Sung Yoo-jin. Closing birdie matches the 67 of Lee So-mi. Leaves her alongside So-mi at 11 under par. She does love Bear's Best, doesn't she? Ji-hyun on the Japanese Tour money list 4 times in her career. Last one coming in 2018, 5 victories that season. That's a rude way to finish. One of the most successful players in the game to come out of South Korea, and that's saying something. 74 to end the week for An Sun-ju. Not best pleased, but she'll finish inside the top 25. It's been an expensive last couple of holes on the weekend for Han Jin-seon in this back nine. At 69 on Sunday, so in solo 6th at 10 under par. Very proud of the way she's played this week. To be a second title for Jin-seon at the Hana Financial Group Championship. It's been one of those weeks where, you know, there are birdies to be made, but also easy to drop a couple of shots here and there, and blinking you'll miss it. Jin-seon took a double bogey at this very hole about 45 minutes ago. The 165-meter par 3 16th. Water on the left really shouldn't come into play for these girls. The pin today cut on the front section of the green. 9 from the front, 9 from the left edge. This green mostly cambers from back left to front right. There's just that little mound where that little green spot is. The players will have to fly if they want to set themselves up for a birdie too at the par 3. Final threesome. Surveying the situation, Min-kyung will have the honor. We did see the breeze starting to pick up when they were putting back on 15, and we saw some poor tee shots from not only Han Jin-seon but Yi-won and Jarvi Bunchant as well. There's the flag, and it doesn't look to be really gusting right now. Be straight off the left for these players. Thank you. 29 years of age. Still yet to win on the KLPGA Tour. Currently 42nd on the money list in 2022. It's a 6 iron. A lot of balls out to the right of this green. Not terrible for Choi Min-kyung. Took a lot of confidence from her performance this week. Missed 4 of her last 5 cuts. Best finish of the year coming at the Yongbyong Resort at the McCall Mona Park Ladies Open, just behind Im Jin-hee and Yoon Ina. Suji. Birdie this hole yesterday. With the breeze off her left, it should be a comfortable target for her. It's also a 6 iron for the leader. Problem just off the front edge. Able to get putter in hand from there, surely. across to 17 and the A1. Flirting with the penalty area up the left. We did see a bounce. Oh, did it get held up in the rough? That reaction says not even she's sure. Back to 16 and Jongmin. Going for it. Just got to go straight at it at this point. Hope for the best. Oh, she did. It was just a club short for Hong Jongmin. Frustrating final round. Continues for Jongmin. Suji marching onto victory, perhaps. 3-shot lead with only a couple of holes to play. This round's the day. 67s from Sung Yoo-jin and Lee So-mi leave them in the clubhouse at 11 under par and inside the top 10. It's a makeable one for Jongmin here. Just up the front of the green. Carrying too much heat.
There's still a lot of money to play for right now. And Soto's second, 165 million won. A two-way tie for second. And 142 million won. So 20 million difference. And Yewon, the lady who she shares second with, it looks like that ball is dry. Ooh, just. She is, I don't know if she can get to the green in three. She's looking out sideways, can't take a stance to advance that ball directly up towards the green. Get every ounce of distance she can out of this. Okay, we'll have to see if that's close enough for her to get up in regulation on the par 5. Min Kyung next to go. Caught that one a little low on the face, and it's gonna just trickle on to about 8 feet for Choi Min Kyung. Now, Park Ji-young, winner at the Mediheal earlier this year, for a closing birdie on the 18th. It's a hole that's had her number for the first 2 days. But she finally conquers her demons on the 18th. A lovely birdie at the last, just the 71 today. She'll finish at 8 under. Suji. No surprises, out with the putter. Doing exactly what she needed to do. Just cozies that one up to a tap in. Just 2 holes to play. I suppose the good news as well is 18 playing from a couple of tee boxes up. Not as difficult a hole as it would have been over the first couple of days. Surely just about half an hour away from collecting the biggest paycheck of her career. Certainly one of the biggest titles available on the KLPGA Tour. But first, Min Kyung to stay inside the top 10. Norman just outside the right lip for Choi. Frustrating just when she was getting on a bit of a run. Birdies at 14-15. I'll give a shot back on the 16th. As A1 got the length to reach with her third shot after finding some trouble off the tee. The 3-wood, if anything, just front left of the green, 229. It would be a big smack. 229. It's 200 to the front. So just front left here. Gives yourself an easy up and down. Easier up and down than finding the bunkers on the right, anyway. Oh, that is a long way left. So 2 at 12. Yewon and Jongmin. Yewon with work to do on the 17th for par. Jongmin with this back at 16 for her par. Good committed stroke for Hong Jongmin. That's a tidy up and down that keeps her at 12 under par. Her chances fading quickly. Running out of room, running out of real estate. I'll take nothing away from Kim Soo-ji, who has done exactly what she knew she needed to do coming into Sunday. Great birdies pressured Jongmin. She's been steady
all afternoon. 3-shot cushion. There's 2 holes to play. Yuri. Birdie putt at the 18th. Gonna drop. Clearly enjoys playing in this part of South Korea. Had a 6th place finisher, best of the year at Blackstone in Incheon. She'll end this week in a share of 7th at 9 under par. Terrific golfing from Jun Yuri. Sizable crowd continues to file in to their positions just at the back of the 17th tee. Kim Soo-ji. Takes to this par 5 tee box with a 3-shot lead and the tournament in her hands. Got to watch out down the left side. Yeon almost finding the penalty area. There's tons of room out to the right for your championship leader here on 17. That's not mucking about with the penalty area. Just in the right rough, but no problem for Soo-ji to keep that golf course in front of her, and she's going to be pocketing 270 million won at the end of play today. Hong Jong-min. Currently 23rd on the money list. 323 million won collected throughout the season. She's going to add a substantial chunk of change to that. Small consolation though for Jung-min. Up ahead at the green, Ye-won. The camera angle looked like it was far left, but it's actually an okay spot. Carried halfway up. And it just tumbled towards the hole. Well played. Would have liked that a couple of feet closer, but all things considered, on the 17th, she's given herself a look at par. Now, back down to 18 and next to a very well-placed tree just off the side of the fairway for Jung Yoon-ji. Not gonna get it all the way to the hole. Broke her duck at E1 Charity Ladies Open for her breakthrough KLPGA Tour win earlier this year. She's played some good golf towards the end of the season. Big money events coming up. And Lim Hee-jong, would have expected more from the Korean Women's Open champion over the weekend. She was in good position to make a charge after opening up 68-67, but a disappointing 72 yesterday, and she's won over the card in this final round. Over the top of the flagstick for Lim Hee-jong, but she's got that big hooking putt remaining for a birdie in another round of 72. Just stuck in neutral over the weekend, Hee-jong. Many would have tipped her as the favorite coming into the business end of the championship, but it's Kim Soo-ji who's proved to be nigh untouchable. She leads by 3 with 2 to play.
final group laying up on the penultimate hole. Suji up by 3. Thick line, the right rough. There's a trap up the left.
And there's water there too, and she just skirts around the trouble. Oh, that would have been nervy watching that ball in the air for Suji, but she's okay. She's trying her best to keep it interesting for us on this back 9. To 18 and Jung Yoon-ji. Pins in a little bowl today, so can use the contours to feed it around. Nice bit of touch from Jung Yoon-ji. Putt for par. Jungmin. Know yourself at the best angle. You need to hug the left edge of the fairway. She'll take anything on the short grass, really. Yeah, that's ideal. Up on the green, Ye-won to stay in a share of second. Huge money putt for the 19-year-old. Not going to stay up. And that's a second drop shot of this final round, and it now slips her into a 3-way tie for third with Sung Yoo Jin and Lee So Mi. But the 18th playing easier today with the tees up. Does present birdie opportunities. Now, come on, Hee Jung, end with a high. Jung Yoon-ji's marker, the perfect start line for this. Ooh, that's a bit racy. That's very racy. Hee Jung. MLTQ2, official mascot of the Hana Financial Group, just hanging out around the back of the 18th hole, greeting players and fans. Part of the experience here at the Hana Financial Group Championship. ENG now for her part. That ball breaks from right to left. You hammer it through the break like Hee Jung, it just skates on straight. Not committed enough like Yoon-ji, and it'll peel away low. A disappointing bogey finish for Jung Yoon-ji, closing round of 73 to leave her at 7 under par. Suji. The angle has opened up a bit from this left rough, but you don't want to go flirting with the traps on the right. Anything out the back left edge of the green, that's going to be okay for Suji. Slightly above her feet, does promote a draw. Well, that one started out right. Is it coming back? Oh, it certainly is. It's a sensible shot from Kim Suji. Leaves her a rather lengthy birdie putt, but she's safely on the dance floor. Hee Jung's comebacker for her par. 72-73 on the weekend. Not going to get it done at the best of times of the KLPGA Tour. And Hee Jung signs off for the week at 8 under, just outside the top 10. Hong Jung-min. Last chance saloon. The story of her day, just not quite sharp enough. And the 3 players going to be putting from pretty much identical spots as that kisses the ball of Choi Min Kyung, feeding back to the lower left section of this par 5 green. So, 2 groups left on the golf course. Lee Ye-won. It's just the 72nd hole to play.
shorten some 50 meters for this final round, so giving the ladies a chance to have a little less club into the green. It's a much more forgiving hole location in a little sort of collection area at the front portion of the closing hole. This is the penultimate hole, but the final group. Jungmin opened so strongly, 66 on day 1, 67 on day 2. Rattled home 5 birdies over her closing dozen holes to open up a 2-shot lead over that lady, who found her way into the final group courtesy of a low round of the week, matching 65. 7 birdies, including 5 in a row late on moving day. Saw her into this position and she has capitalized. Got off to a fast start. 3 birdies in her opening 4. Did stumble again on the 5th and again at the 10th, but a wonderful birdie on 11, matching Jungmin's. Seen her secure her position at the top of the leaderboard. Still, no guaranteed 2 putts for any one of these 3 players. Coming up at 17. Kim Soo-ji, you feel as this pretty much wrapped up. 2 putts here. She'll certainly be able to enjoy the walk up the 72nd hole. See that little mound at the back of the green. She's going to have to contend with. Slow coming up that slope, then starts to get away from her and gently bending from left to right all the way to the cup.
Well, it's only fair she makes 1. How about it? Hong Jung-min has had nothing really go her way all day long.
Perhaps, this is a big perhaps, it might keep her chances alive. I mean, look at this, the amount of swing in this putt. There's that shoulder I was talking about. Slow up the slope, speedy coming down it, braking to the right. Has made nothing all day. And then she drains one from 40 feet on the 71st hole to trim the lead to 2. And sometimes that's what happens. You have so much expectations on your shoulders starting the final round with a lead. You have nothing go your way, and it's just liberating. You're 3 back with 2 to play. You free up a little bit, back into the mindset that you were in over the first 54 holes. And something starts to go away. Caddy keeping her head in the game. Stranger things, crazier things have happened in golf. Min Kyung, things to go. Brilliant try. It was always going to be so hard to follow in Hong Jung-min's brilliant 4. And that one slips by for Min Kyung. At the last group of Lee Ye-won, Jalavi Bunchant, and this lady Ji Han Sol. Couple of 67s Friday and Saturday to put her into the penultimate group, but just level par today. Just stick one in close to this easy flag at the 18th. She certainly can. Okay. So, 2 putts here for Soo-ji. Give her a 2-shot lead. That's the state of affairs Hong Jung-min's 4. She knows what this putt does. She's seen both her playing partners have it already. And that one is a very poor stroke. For Kim Soo-ji just moments ago. Hong Jung-min's late birdie at 17, perhaps putting the cat among the pigeons with the par 4 18th to play. She's gotten away with quite a bit on this back nine. There's work to be done for Soo-ji to take her 2-shot lead into the 72nd hole, where we find Lee A1 from 107. Well, Lee A1, what a finish there! My goodness me! A walk-off eagle, a 68, the clubhouse target set at 13 under par for Lee A1. Matching what Patty Tavatanakit did on Thursday when she holed out her second shot. I mean, look at this. I told you it was an easy flag. I didn't think it was that easy. Well, she was pretty close to holding out on 15. And that was stone dead perfect from the 19-year-old. And hasn't it just sent this gallery into a frenzy? Don't think it's going to be enough, but my word, what a shot from Lee A1. Far from the ruckus of the 18th Soo-ji, and a very important putt for a par and a 2-shot lead. No, it doesn't drop. And she is very glad that that 18th has been shortened today, because a third bogey of the afternoon, coupled with a round-the-world birdie from Hong Jung-min, now means her lead is only one, with one hole to play. This tournament's been turned on its head in the last 5 minutes. A cross-country birdie from Hong Jung-min, a hole-out eagle from Lee A1, a bogey from Soo-ji, and amidst all that is a 21-year-old Thai in Jaravi Bunchant. Second shot to the last. That's a stunner as well from Jaravi, making the most of a sponsor's invitation this week. It's going to be another top 10 in 2022 for Jaravi Bunchant. And all of a sudden, for the first time today, Kim Soo-ji is the one with her head spinning, thoughts rushing through. What was a 3-shot lead has just turned into one. And that's over 2 players, one in the clubhouse. After that spectacular eagle finish for Lee A1, Hong Jung-min is their second life in the championship, with a 20-year-old match play champion. The putter, just a tool to fix that pitch mark. Lee A1 with arguably the shot of the day, maybe the championship. The rookie that continues to impress and delight us in 2022. Gonna give one lucky fan a souvenir that he or she will never forget. 2 women still control their destinies in the 72nd hole. Hong Jung-min, one behind that lady, Kim Soo-ji. I said she could enjoy the walk up 18 about 10 minutes ago. I don't think she's enjoying the walk to 18 right now. Ji-Han Sol for her birdie. A nice way to finish. 71 to close for Ji-Han Sol. She'd love that 73 back on day one. But a top 10 finish for the tremendously popular Ji-Han Sol. Jaravi Bunchant, This is a pretty big money putt here as well. Currently running in a share of 7th. Should this one go in, she'd move into a two-way tie for 6th with Han Jin Seon, which would pay out right around 44 million Korean won. 47 million Korean won, excuse me.
Now, how'd you like to play this 18th hole like the penultimate group? Eagle from Yewon, birdies from Hansol and Bunchan. The tie ends at 10 under par. Brilliant golfing. What an incredible last 15 minutes we've had in this final round. We had a playoff 12 months ago between Song Ga-eun and Min Ji Lee, both who missed the cut this week. Not out of the realm of possibility here. Momentum firmly in her corner. It's possible to hold out. Yewon showed us that. We would happily take a birdie though. Suji just getting on the tee. I'm not sure she knows. She certainly knows she's one ahead of Hong Jong-min. I'm not sure she knows that Yewon's posted the target of 13 under in the clubhouse. Steamy sense of determination emanating from Hong Jong-min after that dramatic turn of events. It's so important to keep the energy levels up, keep the sugar levels up. Training game, especially with the mental stresses of sleeping on the lead, soft conditions. A real battle in that final group. We've seen a couple of poor driver swings from Kim Soo-ji on this back nine. She finds the fairway here. You'd have to say she's still the favourite. It's by 1. 18th to play. No holding back from Soo-ji. Snatches the tee up quickly. And she is in prime position on the 72nd hole. She doesn't want late drama. She just wants to kiss the trophy and get out of here. But Hong Jong-min will do everything in her power to make Soo-ji earn that. And this has been a tremendous final round. A tremendous last 15 minutes. And it all started with this cross-country putt from downtown on the 17th. Hong Jong-min, who has had a torrid time on Sunday, drains her longest putt of the week. Soo-ji and 3-putted from a very similar spot to turn what was a 3-shot cushion into the slimmest of advantages. Is it going to be Soo-ji? Will Lee Yewon have a spot in the playoff? As we've seen, this tournament can be turned on its head in a heartbeat. One of those things we love about South Korea, the galleries trailing the players up the 72nd hole, shades of the Open Championship, filing up behind the players and standing room only on the back of this 18th green. 7 deep in some spots. We've certainly picked a great vantage point here on the 72nd hole that bears best. Designed by the great Jack Nicklaus, 18-time major champion. Compilation of 27 holes inspired by his favorite holes and layouts from around the world. Europe, Australasia, and USA nines.
Available for members and guests who take the trek to Cheongna. Composite course in play for the week, mostly on the USA 9 with a couple of holes from the Australasia side. It looks like it's going to be Hong Jung-min who will play first into the 18th. She can heap the pressure on Suji. An excellent iron shot into this green. Still has the tournament within her grasp, Kim Suji, and you should banish the thought that who had the lead at the KGE Delhi Ladies Open, was gunning for a repeat victory there, ended up in a playoff with Hong Jung-mi, a playoff she eventually lost, so she's 0-1 for playoffs this year. Choi Min-kyung first to play. Touch a breeze into her face and off the left. It's a very accessible pin location. Just flew in a fraction far. Going to end up on the top side of that ridge. Suji right now just get lost in the process. Huge shot coming up for Hong Jung-min. Perfect tee shot, middle of the fairway. 108 left. She's got a wedge in hand. The thoughts creeping through the head. So doing the right thing, just backing off. That was the importance of this one. Just a fraction far as well. And adrenaline maybe carrying that ball a touch further than she intended. I'm not going to say that it's a sigh of relief for Suji just yet. Ball's very much in her court after that huge drive. Remember, she went flag hunting yesterday. Came up just short, got lucky to stay out of the bunker, ended up getting up and down for par. Much less club in the hands of the 25-year-old in this final round. Definitely make sure you pass the pin here, even if you're up where Hong Jung-min and Choi Min-kyung are. Perfectly all right, especially with a one-shot lead now. It's a gap wedge, 94 meters. Suji up by 1. Oh, job done for Suji. It's going to eke its way closest to the pin. Still a chance, but Suji, last to putt. Hong Jung-min misses. She'll have 2 from there to wrap up the title. In the last 10 years, 9 separate occasions where a player has gone back-to-back. 7 different players. In 2013 it was Kim Se-young. Definitely win at the Hana Classic and the title at the Hankyong Ladies Cup. And Jung Hana, the Russian cash charity, and the Hike Jinro the week after. And Hyo-ju following up her 2014 Korean Women's Open title. with the Kumo Tires title. A week after Lee Jung-min did it in 2015 with wins at the E1 Ladies Open and the Lotte Katana. Park Sung-hyun twice achieved that feat in her record-setting year of 2015. Kim Ji-hyun in 2016 bagged the S-Oil Championship and then the Korean Women's Open. Park Min-ji did it twice last year at the NH Ladies Championship and then the Doosan Match Player title that Hong Jung-min snagged this season. Kim Soo-ji looking to add her name to that illustrious list of back-to-back winners on the KLPGA Tour. Over 5,000 people gathered around this 72nd green. Soo-ji holds her destiny in her own hands. Min-kyung, a supporting cast member in this final group today, still has a chance to finish inside the top 10. It's going to be low all the way for Choi Min-kyung. She would have hoped for better. She would have expected better at the beginning of this final round. But can do no better than a 74. Han Jung-min has this putt to post 14 under par in the clubhouse and force Kim Soo-ji to make her birdie if she wants to win in regulation. Top tier of the green, slightly downhill, hooks hard from right to left at the end. A must make for Jung-min. Slams that one through the break. Never had a chance. Jung-min. Kim Soo-ji certainly can breathe a sigh of relief. A player that had never won on the KLPGA Tour until last year. Turned pro back in 2017, finished third in the Rookie of the Year points race that season. A couple of fourth place finishes. Gave herself plenty of chances throughout her career. Capitalized twice in 2021. Route to a career best 7th on the money list with 745 million won in the bank. Only missed one cut in what was a breakout year, and she's set to eclipse that this season. Also just the one cut miss. Coming at the Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open at the start of the season. Sits 4th on the money list at the moment with 652 million won banked. Arguably out to collect the biggest prize of her young career. 2 putts for the championship for Kim Soo-ji.
She'll take both of them. Often you see a player mark it from 2 inches away, but he wants to savor the moment. Just get out of the way of Choi Min Kyung. Mission accomplished for Kim Soo-ji. Projected to move to second on the money list with her win this week. She'll leapfrog Park Min-ji on the points list as well. And sit only behind Yoo Hae-ran. And for Choi Min Kyung, just outside the top 10 this week. A nice paycheck heading her way. She'll move inside the top 40 on the money list. A disappointing 74 to close for Min Kyung. Had a week. Well played. And for Hong Jung-min, another opportunity to gain some valuable experience from being in the final group. At a big tournament like this one. Best stroke play finish of the year? Well, that came just up the road at Blackstone and Incheon, tied for 6th at the KB Financial Group Star Championship. The overnight leader will end the week in a share of second with Lee Ye-won. The hunt for a first stroke play title continues. And Kim Soo-ji, that's all she needed to do. A one-shot victory for the second week in a row. Soo-ji prevails on the KLPGA Tour. Final round of 71, good enough for Kim Soo-ji to claim this year's Hana Financial Group Championship. A 4th title, arguably her biggest. Now moves to second in the KLPGA money list. Over 722 million Korean won, 822 million Korean won collected through 24 events. She will head to Blue Heron next week to defend her Height Jinro crown. Surely as the red-hot favorite, back-to-back weeks. The first time since Park Min-ji last year on the KLPGA Tour. Soo-ji, your winner here at the Hana Financial Group Championship. More highlights and the prize presentation from Bears Best a little bit later on.
마네킹.
네?
마네킹 가지러. 저거 빼고.
너무 추운데? 추워? 엄마 너 좀 갖다 달라.
주제 인터뷰 있고 필립 따라가. 어떻게 라인을 어떻게 이렇게 나올 거야? 안내가 안 돼. 그 류인진 대표님을 갔다.
레드카펫 밟으실 수 있는데.
네, 그렇게 이 정도 자연스럽게.
여자분이 언니가 저한테 있어서.
Yeah, tremendously popular champion Kim Soo-ji. Her legions of fans that flocked to Cheongna weren't disappointed. Their girls come out on top. Just how? Well, these are your Sunday highlights from what was a terrific final round here at the Hana Financial Group Championship. Starting on the very first hole, Soo-ji with a two-shot deficit coming into the day. Well, she would halve that with a birdie at the par 3 opener. The third, she grabbed a piece of the lead from 25 feet, canned it, bottom of the cup, draw level with Hong Jung-min. Kim Soo-ji on a mission to go back-to-back on the KLPGA Tour at the fourth. Tucked front left hole location, but one of the best wedge players in the game. You know, real beauty. Spin, keeping that underneath the hole. And well, Jung-min, for the first time all week, was under a bit of pressure. This was her fourth shot from an awkward spot. Everything running away from the 20-year-old, and unfortunately for the match play champion, it was a sign of things to come. The par putt nowhere near its target. And with Soo-ji in close, a two-shot swing. Bogey for Jung-min, birdie for Soo-ji, and all of a sudden, there was a two-shot gap at the top with Soo-ji's name at the summit of the leaderboard. But then there were problems. This for par at the par 3 fifth. Oh my. Just a one-shot cushion for Soo-ji, who had looked so good over that range of putts throughout the week. And at the eighth, Jung-min unfortunately took another step backwards, left it in the worst possible spot in the short-sided bunker. No green to work with, everything running away. That's about as good as she could do. Kim Soo-ji was at the back left of the green, but didn't hit the best first putt. This birdie effort coming up woefully short for the 25-year-old three-time winner. And it turned out to be a putting contest. Jung-min did not have her best stuff with putter in hand on Sunday. The second drop shot of the opening 9 would leave the ball in Soo-ji's court. A par to extend her lead back to 2. And she was up to the task. Fist pumps were working well. Putter was behaving after that blip at the 5th. And at the 9th, Hong Jung-min ran her birdie putt well past, and this par putt never looked assured. An outward half of 39. Left her 3 back with 9 to play. Soo-ji, though, would give one back at the 10th. Poor tee shot into an awful spot. Couldn't even get it back into the fairway with her third shot. She'd play a wedge to here, but the par putt wouldn't drop. Soo-ji dropping back to just 2 clear of Hong Jung-min. Jung-min made a great par to stay within 2. Soo-ji, last to play into the 11th, taking dead aim at this right hole location. Worked on trying to shape the ball both ways in the off-season. Certainly paying dividends there. And Jung-min would strike first. A huge putt from 20 feet saw the 20-year-old temporarily get within one, but the lead was doubled again after Suji responded with a birdie of her own. Then at the 12th, there were problems for Jung-min. This par putt, well, never scared the hole, lacked the pace and the conviction, and it would hand Suji a comfortable gap at the top of the leaderboard once again. She scrambled with a great save, and then Jung-min, last chance saloon, a poor iron shot to this point, but her longest putt of the week picked the perfect moment to drop. That got Hong Jung-min to 13 under par, and at the moment that was within 2 shots. It became 1 when Suji failed to drop this one for par, a 3-putt. Left us with an interesting 18th hole to come, because in the penultimate group, Lee Ye-won, the 19-year-old rookie sensation, just dropped a shot at 17 and signed off with a walk-off eagle, a 68. He come up short just again, a second straight runner-up finish for the Rookie of the Year pole sitter, who will continue to add to that lead after her second place finish this week. This one had to drop for Jung-min to put any pressure on Suji. Unfortunately, never had a prayer. Wide right all the way, which left 25-year-old Kim Soo-ji 2 putts from here to claim her 4th KLPGA Tour title. She'd used both of them. The birdie putt not gonna drop. Jung-min will settle for a share of second with Lee Ye-won. For Kim Soo-ji, the 4th KLPGA Tour title, a second win in a row. She heads into Blue Heron next week in defense of her title, her major championship title, with oodles of confidence. What a final round, what a closing 9 we had. But when the dust settled, it's Suji with her name up top. Ye-won, Jung-min share second place. Sung Yoo-jin and Lee So-mi round out the top 5 after their matching 67s leave them at 11 under par. But it's the Kim Soo-ji show this week at Bears Best. She is your champion at the Hana Financial Group Championship.
자, 추문의 주인공을 만나보실까요? 바로 16번 홀에서 홀인원을 기록한 이재영 선수입니다. 홀에서 홀인원을 기록한 이재영 선수인데요. 벤치 경기자동차 EKS 상품이 속으로 전달이 됐습니다. 다시 저희는 프로그램에서 대본의 실력을 가지는 벤츠 아마추어 선수입니다. 기사님은 한국여자 프로골프협회 김승진 수석부회장님께서 도와주시겠습니다. 앞으로 오시겠습니다. 하나금융그룹 챔피언십에서 영광의 베스트 아마추어를 기록한 선수는 4라운드 토탈 298 스코어를 기록한 오수민 선수입니다. 축하드립니다. 이번 대회에서는 굉장히 자신의 플레이를 보여줬던 오수민 선수인데요. 수석 부회장님께서 트로피를 전달해 주시겠습니다. 그리고 축하의 꽃다발까지 전달을 해주셨습니다. 다시 한번 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 사진 촬영을 진행드리겠습니다. 네, 앞으로 오승민 선수 활약이 기대가 되고요. 한국 골프협회는 노래가 그려지는데요. 다시 한번 축하드리겠습니다. 이제 여러분께서 기다리셨던 대망의 우승자에 대한 시상식을 이어가겠습니다. 먼저 하나금융그룹 함용 박주 회장님께서 수고해 주시겠습니다. 앞으로 오시겠습니다. 자, 2022 하나금융그룹 챔피언십 우승자는 1라운드 71타, 2라운드 67타, 3라운드 65타, 마지막 라운드 71타, 토탈 274타, 14언더파를 기록한 김수지 선수입니다. 정말 강한 한국 잘 어울리는 와 이쁘다.
자, 반보만 보여주시죠, 반보만. 네, 좋습니다. 자, 앞에 오시죠. 자, 자. 네, 감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다. 진심으로 축하드리겠습니다. 다음으로 하나금융그룹 챔피언십만의 시그니처 퍼포먼스 하나원큐 황금 이체 시장입니다. 바로 지금 하나금융그룹 박주 회장님께서 하나원큐를 통해 우승자 상금을 이체해 주시겠습니다. 네, 지금 여러분 앞에 있는 대형 LED를 통해서 박주 회장님 팬사인 1초 로그인이 승인됐습니다. 정말 빠르게 인증이 가능한데요. 자, 이제 대망의 우승 상금 2억 7천만 원의 인증입니다. 준비되셨으면 승인 버튼을 눌러주세요.
나타나겠습니다. 자, 앞에 오시죠. 자, 이쪽 보세요.
회장님께서 우승자 축하 꽃다발 전달해주셨습니다. 하나금융그룹의 진정성 있는 ENG 경영 실천을 위해 친환경 교육을 진행되고 있는데요.
나타나겠습니다. 자, 앞에 보세요.
이번에도 그 의미를 담아서 100% 친환경 재생 컬러를 활용한 페이퍼 아트 꽃다발을 전달했습니다. 자, 마지막으로 SBS 미디어넷 김계호 사장님께서 우승자 보상 시상을 하도록 하겠습니다. 사장님 앞으로 모셔보고요. 우승자에게는 부산으로 대학생 의료과정 수업세트가 드립니다. 우승자 보상은 시상식 종료 후에 발표로 선수에게 전달될 예정입니다. 네, 그리고 이렇게 우승자와 함께 시상에 수고해주신 내빈분들께 사진 촬영을 잠시 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 우승자의 김수현 선수 그리고 이번 공연을 마치기 위해 또 마무리하기 위해 끝까지 지켜주신 내빈분들인데요. 잠시
자, 촬영했습니다. 자, 앞에 오세요. 자, 하나, 둘. 네, 감사합니다.
네, 다시 한번
Well, a brilliant 71 for Kim Soo-ji. A narrow one-stroke victory over the hard-charging Lee Ae-won and overnight leader Hong Jung-min. It's Soo-ji's time to shine for the second week in a row on the KLPGA Tour. She is your champion this year at the 4th Hana Financial Group Championship. Well, it's been a brilliant week of golf here in Cheongna from Bears Best. We'll see you next week for the 5th and final major of the KLPGA Tour calendar, where Kim Soo-ji will look to make it 3 weeks on the bounce. The defending champion will head into Blue Heron in red-hot form. That'll about do it for us this week here at Cheongna. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the Hana Financial Group Championship. But until next time on the KLPGA Tour, this is Timothy Lowe saying bye-bye for now and have a wonderful Sunday ahead. Bye-bye.